I'm Evelyn, and this is Just for Kids, JFK-TV on the campus of West Shore Community College, Scottville, Michigan. I'm a part of the Intro to Broadcasting class where we learned how to produce our own news shows like the one you're watching right now. This is the first year of Just for Kids, which was inspired by College for Kids that has been offering classes to kids for over 30 years. Unlike College for Kids being 1 week long, Just for Kids will provide classes all summer. This week, I talked to some of the Just for Kids students from different classes to get their take on the program. Let's go to the VT. In the Just for Kids summer program, we went to the Arts and Science building to speak with some of the kids taking the Intro into Airbrushing class. What do you like most about this class?
It's interactive and hands-on, so you get to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing. And do you think you'll take what you learned from here and use it in the future?
Yeah, most likely. I told my mom about this and she said that we can try it sometime.
So you might become like an artist or something?
I guess.
And would you recommend other kids to participate in the Just for Kids program?
Yeah, I would.
So Yazi, you chose the airbrushing class, right? Well, have you ever airbrushed before this week?
No, I haven't, but I like it.
Yeah, I could see you switch classes so you can try something new. And so, what do you like the most about this class?
Mostly that, like, you can, like, make, like, different, like, textures and stuff with, like, sometimes you can take, like, one part of it off and then it, like, makes it smaller, or then if you pull it back, it makes it bigger, so.
Would you recommend other kids to participate in the Just for Kids program?
Yes.
Of course, we all want other kids to participate in this program. Well, thank you for your time, Yazi. I'm here with
Chumba?
you chose the airbrush class, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever airbrushed before this week?
Before this, never.
No? Okay, yeah, I see. And what do you like the most about this class?
That it's very flexible and you can do a lot of stuff with the airbrush.
Yeah, because like with a normal paintbrush, you can't like do all.
The fade stuff.
Yeah. Would you recommend other kids to participate in the Just for Kids broadcasting?
Yes, yeah.
And what would you tell them that the most exciting part about this?
That you get to meet new teachers and new friends, and you can have it every summer.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we went to the campus skating rink to check out the kids participating in Wilder Play. In Wilder Play, kids learn about nature and enjoy nature-themed activities utilizing the 367 acres of land that is owned by West Shore Community College. Hello, this is a Just for Kids broadcasting, and I'm here with
Paula Jarvis.
and I'm here to interview her today. So, how long have you taught in this program?
Last year I did the College for Kids program, morning and afternoon session.
Yeah.
And this year this is the first week that I've done the Just Kids college program that's happening.
Yeah, that seems cool. And so, what do you like the most about this program?
New kids' faces, it's fun. I get to do all kinds of different art because I'm an art teacher.
Ooh.
And I'm also a music teacher. So next week I'll teach this art class for older kids, and I'll also have a music class for older kids.
Yeah, that's really cool. And if you have or had children, would you put them in this program?
Yeah. My daughter's a little old for it, but my grandson, give him a couple years, and absolutely.
Aww. I wonder what he looks like.
Picture right here. Just kidding. I didn't do that.
How long has this program been around for?
I think College for Kids has been around for a long time, but that's always been just 1 week a year. This is a brand new program right now, I think.
Oh, really?
The afternoon, just kind of a college class for kids, every Monday through Thursday for most of the summer. Yep, I believe this is new.
Yeah. And what do you think kids experience from this?
What do kids experience from this? Do you guys have fun?
Yeah! And me mine already.
Well, thank you for your time.
You are welcome. Come back anytime.
That is it for Just for Kids Broadcasting. The Just for Kids program offers a lot more classes and are for kids ages 4 to 14. I know I've learned so much about video production here in broadcasting. On a different note, littering seems to be a huge problem in our communities, that it's getting out of hand. Broadcasting, we decided to hit the streets and ask people about the problems with littering. Here are 3 videos that we know you will enjoy. Go to the VT.
This is JFK-TV at West Shore Community College, and today we're interviewing someone about how they feel about littering. This is JFK-TV, and today we're here with...
Oh, I'm Lamont.
And we're going to be talking to him about littering. So, Lamont, what does littering do to the environment?
Littering makes it horrible for animals to live and communities of people, not just animals.
How do you feel about people littering?
I feel like people shouldn't litter. It's horrible for the animals and humans. And me personally, I would never get caught littering.
What can we do to prevent littering?
The government needs to fund people to make like more trash cans and just make more rules about it.
Okay, what do you do when you see people litter in your neighborhood?
I just don't like it. I wouldn't recommend it, but like I just tell them like they shouldn't do that.
Why do you think people litter?
Because they either have a disability or they're just lazy sometimes. Do you want to by the way, do you want a grilled steak?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm Nadia, and back to you at the JFK studio.
Many people and animals have related problems with pollution and littering. Here's this young man's opinion on this topic. Hi, I'm here with Jacoby, and I'm here from the Just for Kids Broadcasting, and I'm here to interview him some questions about this certain topic. So, Jacoby, what do you think the main reason for littering is?
I think the main reason for littering is people get lazy and don't throw their trash away.
I could see that. And what do you do when you see litter in your community?
I usually pick it up, but I don't really pay attention to that.
I could see that. And what's your opinion on littering?
My opinion on littering is I don't really like it because of how it affects the earth.
Yeah, it just pollutes the whole earth and stuff. Yeah. And what do you think is a way to help with people to stop from littering?
Enforce the laws.
Yeah, so basically, like, give them a fine. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're talking about? Yeah, I could see that. Well, thank you for your time, Jacoby. And that is it from the Just for Kids Broadcasting.
Today we are at West Shore Community College. We are here to talk about littering. We will be interviewing Penny to answer some questions on littering. What do you do when you see litter in your neighborhood?
Well, sometimes I pick it up, but trash can have lots of bad germs, so sometimes I don't pick up the trash.
Have you ever seen anyone litter?
Yes.
How does it make you feel about that?
Mad because littering is so bad for the environment.
Good answer. How is littering bad for the community?
Littering is bad for the community because trash makes the community dirty and not clean.
How does littering affect wildlife?
Littering is bad for wildlife because animals mistake trash for food and they get sick.
That happens a lot. Yes. How can you prevent people from throwing glass in the lake?
Police can make a law not to throw glass, and people could step on it and get hurt.
Yeah. Thank you for telling us some things about littering. I hope you at home will stop littering. And that's it for today JFK today. Yeah!
That was great. I like how each group had their own unique style with their videos. Next up, we will do our main story of the week. There are many small businesses in Ludington and Scottville area that we would like to showcase that we are sure you would love to visit. They cater to different markets and have their own story. We hit the streets to talk with them and hear that story. Hi, I'm here with Carrie from Avenues and Mini Mall, and I'm here today to interview her. Hey, Carrie, how long have you been open for?
We have been in business for 9 years.
Oh, and what do you like about being open in this location downtown?
We have fun because we get to tease all the people that come in with their ice cream cones since we're right next to House of Flavors. So we always ask them if they brought some for us to share.
I see. And how did you get the name Avenues End?
Well, we are at the end of the avenue. If you look down the road, it becomes a boulevard. So this is the very end of the avenue.
That is true. That is true. And where do you get your products from?
We this year have 33 different vendors that fill their booths. And so they bring them in, they make them, or they buy them, and they bring them in, and we sell them for them.
Oh, and what souvenirs do you recommend to most tourists?
Well, a lot of tourists come in here looking for Ludington or Michigan themed, which we have a lot of. So we have t-shirts and sweatshirts and key rings and necklaces and candles and all sorts of things. You just have to come in and look and see for yourself.
I do see a lot of lighthouses. In fact, I see the Ludington Lighthouse right in the back. And where do most of your out-of-town customers come from?
We have a lot that come from vacationing, from camping all over Michigan, but also from Ohio and Illinois. A lot of the Midwest states come in.
And what is your biggest seller?
Oh, goodness. Anything with the car ferry or the lighthouse sells really well here.
Of course, because, people just want to know more facts about Ludington. And so what inspired you to get into this type of business?
Well, 9 years ago, this building was empty. Well, 10 years ago, this building was empty. And so my dad decided that we should try and help other local crafters that wanted to sell things. So we rented the building and we put out a call for all the different crafters to come in, and we sectioned off and we rent little spaces to them. And so that's kind of how the dream became.
And one last question before we head off. If you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
Any car in the world? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, a limousine with a driver.
Of course. Or some people would say a Lamborghini.
Nope, I need a driver.
Oh, well, thank you for your time, Carrie.
Thank you for coming in. Painted these, and the city of Ludington gave us money so that we could have it all done up right. So this was a grant from the city of Ludington. So a friend of mine made pictures of 150-year-old bathing chutes to have fun so that people can come out and take pictures. And we leave these out all night, all day, and we have thousands of people that take their picture in here every year.
Nice.
I could pose in it and be like this person.
There you go.
I'm here to interview her today. So Melissa, was coffee your first idea for a business?
Kind of. We were actually trying to figure out ways to get involved in the community and just love on the community. And so coffee ended up being, we wanted to start a church, but coffee ended up being that perfect kind of middle ground to just be in people's lives on the daily.
And where do you get your coffee beans from?
We get them from Higher Grounds Coffee out of Traverse City.
Huh, I see. And why and when did you start your business?
Yeah, so like I said, we started it because we wanted to start a church at some point. But the best way to do that was to actually just get involved in the community and just be a safe space for people and to just kind of be their third home, as we like to call it. And then we started it in 2007.
And how did you come up with the name Red Rooster?
2017, I'm sorry. It's 2017.
Yeah. That's
okay, Red Rooster, we came up with that name because Mr. A, Rich Ambrose, he was quite the farmer and the homesteader, and there's nothing better to wake you up in the morning than a rooster crowing, and so we're like, all right, Red Rooster.
And so to go along with the two questions that I asked, how involved are you with the community?
We feel like we're pretty involved. I mean, for a while we were involved by painting light posts and stuff like that, but I mean, we get involved in many ways through the community. By one, just being a part of it, and then I mean, we go to all the different events, not even just as Red Rooster, but just as the Ambroses, and we try to have our community or our workers involved in the churches and the community that way.
And one other question before we head off. If you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
Any car?
Yeah.
I think it's, I drove in one time and it hugged you when you turned. I think it's called a Mercedes. It's like a car. It was an actual car. A Mercedes-Benz, I don't know. And it literally, when you turned, it hugged you. The sides of it. It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Melissa.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Faith from Sister Bees, and I'm here to interview you. So, what type of products do you sell?
We sell all products inspired by the bees. So we have beeswax, skincare products, and honey, and even some home goods as well.
And why did you choose these type of products?
We started out having a honey farm or a bee farm, and that produced honey. And so we learned about the benefits of beeswax and started making products out of it, and then just started selling it.
And when did you start your business?
I didn't start it, but it's my mom and her sister's business. I just work here, but they started it about 5 years ago.
And how did you come up with the name Sister Bees?
They came up with the name because they were sisters, and then bees because they sell bee-related items.
And how involved are you in the community?
Pretty involved. I go to church here and go to Bible studies and like to go to parks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time, Faith.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the
Wait,
interview.
one more question before that. So, if you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
I would have a G-Wagon.
Well, thank you for your time.
Of course. Thank you.
I'm here with Brenda from Brenda's Burgers, and I'm here to interview her today. So, Brenda, what's your most popular menu item?
Well, that's kind of hard to put down to just one. We've got a few that are favorites. Our Ollie Burger is a top seller. Our Overdose is a top seller. Our Steakhouse is a top seller. Our Dante, they're probably our biggest top sellers.
And do you offer vegan or vegetarian options?
Yes, we do. We used to carry a turkey patty, which we no longer do, unfortunately, but we do have a black bean patty that is vegetarian.
I see. And do you make your own buns or do you buy them?
Actually, I do not bake them myself, but they are baked fresh daily by West Shore Market, the Amish ladies out on US 10.
I see. And what inspired you to open a restaurant?
Well, I've worked in restaurants my entire life. At 14 years old, I was a dishwasher, and I just kind of moved up from there and always wanted to own my own small little place, and this fell into my lap, and here I am.
Oh, wow. I'm really close to being 14, so that could be me someday. And what food item do you recommend the most?
Well, all we do is burgers for the most part. We specialize in burgers, but we do have hot dogs and chicken fries and french fries and tater tots and things like that. But if you want a good burger, this is the place to come.
Okay, yeah, I see. And like McDonald's has a Big Mac and Burger King has the Whopper, is there a specific food that, like, item that you would want to be known for?
No, just what I do. We do burgers, and that's what we specialize in. There's not one in particular that's any better than the other, in my opinion. It just depends on the person's palate. So.
And before we head off, if you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
A 67 GTO.
Oh, I was thinking, like, for me, it would probably be like a GTR. Well, thank you for your time, Brenda.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming in today.
I'm here with Julie from Cottage Works, and I'm here to interview her today. So, Julie, what inspired you to open this business?
We opened this business because my husband lost his job back in 2009, and we needed to make money, and there were no other jobs in this area, so we created our own business.
And do you make your products?
No, we do not. We order them wholesale and then we resell them.
And what do you recommend the most?
I recommend our services. Our services are to work with cottage owners, putting their docks in the lakes in the spring, putting their boat lifts in, getting their boats ready, all ready for summer fun. And then we take them all out again in the fall and store them while the lakes are iced over.
And what is your biggest seller?
Our biggest seller are our docks and our boat lifts. They're very big pieces of equipment, and people need new ones sometimes, and we sell a lot of them to our lakefront owners.
Yeah, I could see that. And how long has your two locations been open for?
This location here has been open for 8 years. We had rented a building closer to Scottville for 3 years prior to that, and then our downtown location has been open 1 month.
And how did you come up with the name Cottage Works?
We do work for cottage owners, so we thought it made sense.
Oh, I see. And if you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
A car? I love my car. I have a Chevrolet Tahoe, and it suits me and Mocha perfectly.
Well, thank you for your time, Julie.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
We had a great time in downtown Ludington and in Scottville. Make sure you check out and support these awesome businesses and let them know JFK-TV brought you down. Before we wrap up, we were able to go to Ludington's own 102.7 WMLM radio, where we got to see a live interview as well as interview their morning radio host, Chris. Again, back to VT.
I'm here with Chris
yep.
from WMLM.
You got it.
And so, what type of stories or interviews do you do?
Well, pretty much anything that comes around each day. So, with breaking news, in any case, it might be something that we hear on the scanner, or we get a lead from a listener, and so then we just react to that. We go out and cover that story. Sometimes it's positive stories. Sometimes it can be negative stories, like you've seen, traffic accidents and such. But like the other day, we got a text message from the Ludington Fire Department, and they said that they were having a training session, and so they invited us to go to the training session, and so that was a fun, positive story.
Yeah, that seems fun. Also, have you ever interviewed someone famous?
A lot of people, if you look at famous people from, mayors and politicians and stuff like that, sometimes, but from like a celebrity standpoint, Pauly Shore was somebody that I interviewed quite a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
I had a chance to have a very small conversation with Clint Black when I worked in radio in the Grand Rapids area, but and then one of our talents that we actually have on Mom FM is John Tesh, and he's a pretty huge celebrity. He has created music for the NBA, and is a huge artist that way too. So.
Wow! Created music for the NBA. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, how did you get started in radio?
Oh, good story. So I started in radio when I was 16 years old, and I was at my local high school, and I was announcing the basketball game. So I was a student at the high school going to the school, and I was at the table there, and I was announcing the fouls and the points and all of that when I was 16. and one of the referees was the local morning show guy, kind of like what I do here, at the local radio station up in the Gaylord area, near where I grew up. And he came up to me and he says, "You have a pretty good voice. Why don't you come down to the radio station and interview?" And I did, and they hired me, and that's how it all happened.
Okay, so how involved in the community are you?
Pretty involved. You know, being involved in the community is important to me, and I think it's important to our listeners. They want to be able to see that we're engaged in the community and we're part of the community, and I think that's crucially important. So if it's chamber events, or if it's any sort of like the Petunia Parade when they were planting all the flowers, petunias down Ludington Avenue, we go out and we just be a part of it with broadcast and talking to people and being as included in the community as we can, and it's kind of nice that the community embraces us as well.
Yeah, that's really good. Also, what's the most exciting part about your job?
I think the most exciting is probably the interaction with the listeners, whether it be in person or over social media. When somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I loved what you were talking about the other day," or "I love that song that you just played," or "This is my favorite station," or those kind of things, that's heartwarming for us, and just that interaction. And sometimes people come up to us and they say, "Well, you know what, could you do this?" or "Maybe this sounds a little bit better," and that feedback is always important to us, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, okay, so do you have any advice for young people who want to go into radio or media?
I think my best advice is that you have to know that media this day and age is very diversified. You've got your radio, you have your smart devices like your Amazon Alexa and your Google Home, streaming, people stream the radio stations and music these days. You have your social media platforms, and all of that works together in conjunction with all of it. So if I'm doing a contest on the radio, I might promote it on our social media pages, right? Or if I have a contest on our social media pages, I might promote it on the radio to encourage the listeners to go there. So that would be my advice, is just to know that there's a lot of options as part of that one medium this day and age.
Yeah, that's really good advice. One more question. Okay, so if you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd probably go pretty fancy. I'd probably do like a Lamborghini or something like that. So, because I really like how their doors come up and stuff.
Butterfly doors?
I could tell you were going to say Lamborghini or something.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. Well, I've got a parking lot of cars. I've got 2 Hummers and a Mercedes outside, but Lamborghini would be way too expensive for me, so I couldn't do that.
You fit multiple people in there.
Yeah, like 2. Or the Lamborghini, yeah, and
you could just have all of your listeners in like one car.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's fun. But no, that's a great question, and great questions. I really it kind of sparks the idea juices, so it's pretty cool. So.
But yeah, thank you for your time.
Absolutely, thank you.
WMO was cool. We even got interviewed by Chris about the Just for Kids program. You can check it out on their Facebook page. Well, thanks for joining us on JFK-TV. Thanks to Mr. H for teaching this class, and stay tuned for more throughout the summer. This is Evelyn signing off, and make sure your friends know I said hi.